Scorpio, Pisces. We're going to do something a little different here tonight. I'm going to take a look and see why the person you dealt with pulled away from you. Obviously, if you're not dealing with a situation like that, then this would not be for you. So this is going to be one mini reading for each water sign, one for Cancer, one for Scorpio, one for Pisces. For those of you who are in need of a personal reading, just check the description of this video, and that's where you'll find everything you need to know. All right? All right, Cancer. Let's see. Why did this person pull away? Why did they back off? Why did they switch up on you? What was going on with them? What was their feelings and intentions? What happened? The Sun card. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what I thought. All right. So, with the Sun card and the Ten of Wands, this person was pretending to be happy, but they were burying and bottling up lots and lots and lots of shit that you didn't know anything about. You might have known a little bit, not saying you didn't. But even if you did know a little bit, I don't even think that was a fraction of the tip of the iceberg. So I think this person has lots of baggage, like baggage. And when I say baggage, that covers pretty much everything. Whether it's just emotional baggage, could be kids, a baby mama, baby daddy, family problems. This person is basically carrying the burdens and the trauma of everything they've ever been through in their life. Plus, I think they were going through something very difficult around the time you all connected. And again, I'm not saying you didn't know anything about it, because I can already hear some of you, oh, I knew about it. They told me all about it. Oh, they didn't tell you all about it. Not all about it. Promise you that. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. But what it's not telling me is why they didn't want to open up to you in regards to all this stuff. That's what's not really clear to me. I don't know why. It's not even giving me a clue as to why. Because usually, so I've never... This is my first time reading this particular subject. And one of the things that I've noticed through the air, the earth, and the fire signs is it's always something general. It boils down to the same general point. There's something that they're hiding. They're too afraid for you to get too close. But usually it tells why. This isn't even telling why. So the only thing that I can really conclude is that this person just might not know how to open up to anyone. Maybe they just never fucking have. This almost kind of feels like the type of person that burns a bridge and runs from it. 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 That's kind of what these types of people typically tend to do. Especially if you were dealing with a fire sign. Fire signs are really bad about that. Burn a bridge, run from it. 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 They just don't let anybody in. They never have. They don't know how. It just becomes a habit. Maybe they grew up in a really unstable household, and that's all they ever saw. And maybe they grew up with a single parent who was just constantly letting different people bounce in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out, and that's all they saw. I don't know. We could speculate all night on why they are like this, but that's kind of what it's feeling like here. Let's see if there's any advice for this. Is there any advice for Cancer for this situation? Ooh. Be sure to stand strong in your emotional independence. I think I try not to say this. This is one of those types of things that comes through lots of readings that almost kind of sounds generic, that I try to avoid saying this at all costs. But every now and then I have no choice. There's a very important lesson to be learned in this, okay? A very important lesson. When I say a very important lesson, that doesn't just mean, oh, I learned not to do this, or I learned that I should do that differently. This is a lesson that could completely alter the trajectory of your entire path. Completely. If you fully integrate the wisdom from this particular experience, it'll change the types of people that you allow into your life in general. Friends, associates, business partners, co-workers, and especially potential romantic partners. This is telling me that there is a possibility that this person could come back around. And if that happens, I'm telling you right now, proceed with caution. You're going to hear me say that a lot, especially if you're new to my channel. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I won't tell you that. Because if you just blindly take my advice without really understanding why I'm giving you the advice, you won't learn nothing. If you just blindly take my advice that you don't understand, the universe is going to keep putting you through that same situation over and over and over and over and over. So that's why I say proceed with caution. If you didn't truly learn the lesson, you're going to have to repeat this cycle one way or the other. Whether you do it with this person or the next person or the next person or the next person, I'd say a good 60% of the clients that I read for are cycling through the same experience with multiple different people, every person that comes into their life. Same experience, different person, over and over and over. And it happens, man. I've been there. I've done that. Sometimes you got to do that. That's what creates wisdom. All right. Scorpio. Let's see why this person pulled away. Why did they back off? Why'd they switch up on you? Why'd they ghost you? Why'd this person switch up on Scorpio? There were some blockages standing in the way of the two of you. There was some kind of blockage between the two of you. And they didn't want to do the work to overcome that blockage. Oh, shit. Okay, so of all these readings that I've done so far, this is the first time I've seen this. This was not the way it was supposed to go. This is not the way it was supposed to go. This was supposed to be a long-term contract. This was supposed to be a long-term contract. This person, according to the life path, according to the soul contract, this person was not supposed to back away on you like that. They just didn't want to do the work to overcome whatever blockage was coming between the two of you. Like, for example, maybe some of you dealt with somebody that was at a distance. Or maybe you had conflicting work schedules. Or maybe they had let me throw this little hypothetical out there. Let's say, for example, this person had a friend, okay? A BFF best friend. And this BFF best friend was lonely, broken, single, and salty. And they want to keep this person lonely, broken, single, and salty with them, right? To validate their saltiness and make them feel better about themselves because misery loves company. So as soon as they saw y'all start to connect, they were in their ear. Oh, you don't want that person. They're a piece of shit. You can do better than that. You don't need that. You don't need and talked them out of it. So maybe they had a choice to make. Either say, no, fuck you. This is what I'm doing. You either support my decision or you fuck off. And maybe they didn't want to let go of this person. Hypothetical, but I see it happen, dude. That matter of fact, that happens a lot more frequently than you would think. A lot more. Or maybe it was a family member. Maybe this person had a jealous ass parent that didn't want somebody coming and taking them away. So their mom or their dad was all up in their ear. Oh, no, you don't want that piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of blockage, whatever the blockage was. I don't know what it was. I'm just making up shit. It's going to be something different for every one of you. But whatever it was, this person didn't want to do the work to overcome the blockage. But this was a long-term contract. They were not supposed to switch it up on you. So guess what that means? Y'all are now officially karmically tied. All right, well, that's crazy. Okay. Well, holy shit sticks, Batman. That means that we're going to have to be real careful with this advice. Do I dare read the advice? What advice do we have for Scorpio? What advice do we have? Whoopsie. Damn, dog. 7 of Pentacles reversed. Hermit reversed. Devil reversed. Oh, shit. I hate these kind of situations, dude. Because here's the thing. There's not one piece of advice that you can give any one person to fix a situation. That's one of my most frequently asked questions that come through my readings. What can I do to fix this connection? And the answer is nothing. It's not on you. Even if you're the one that fucked it up. Let's play devil's advocate for a second, speaking of which. Let's say you fucked it up, just for shits and giggles. Let's say you did something totally stupid and you fucked it all up. Well, it's natural to think that since I fucked it up, I'm the one that has to fix it. No. It ain't all on you. It don't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if Jesus Christ himself ascends down from heaven and sticks a crown on your head. That ain't going to fix the problem if they're not willing to do the work too. That's why this kind of advice is so slippery, dude. I would say this. At some point, try to initiate communication one more time, whenever it feels right. And that's really all you can do. That's all you can do. You can't make them cooperate. You can't make them see how fucking stupid they are. And you can't make them realize the dumbass mistake that they made. I will tell you this, though. This is where things get really convoluted. depending on the vibrational space that you choose to move to, there is potentially a different person for each vibrational space that could align with your highest good for that vibrational space. Even if, let's say, most crazy, outlandish scenario possible, you come together with your divine life partner, okay, and it gets fucked up. It's possible. I've seen it happen. It is possible. And you're a really skilled energy worker. Okay, you've been on your spiritual path. You've got a relationship with the universe. You know how to play with energy. You could potentially release that whole soul contract and call in a new individual to step in and play the same role they were supposed to play. It's possible. That's where it starts getting really, really convoluted, though. That's really advanced spiritual work right there. Really advanced. This is an extremely, extremely complex dimension that we live in. But anyway, I wish you luck on that one. At the end of the day, healing and releasing is your greatest superpower. That may sound stupid, but sometimes you're left with no choice but to do that. Unless you just want to stay stuck on the karmic wheel and come back in the next lifetime and try it again. That's what happens most of the time. All right, fucking hey, dude. Hang on a second. Hang on, Pisces. I'm going to make you wait for a second. I got to clear the air. That was heavy. That was some heavy shit, man. Let me clear the air real quick. All right. All right, Pisces. Pisces, why did this person pull away? Why did they switch up on you? Why did they back off? Excuse me. King of Pentacles, Hangman. I don't think this was going the way they wanted it to go. Things weren't moving at the rate that they wanted them to move. So it's almost like this person was kind of hoping that this person seems kind of like the my way or the highway kind of person. You know, I had this idea in my mind of how it's supposed to happen, what's supposed to happen. You know, it's supposed to happen my way. If it doesn't happen my way, I don't want it. So I don't know if this person was trying to manipulate you, or it doesn't really say that here. It's just kind of telling me that things weren't moving forward their way, basically. So like, say for example, let me think of one. Let's say, for example, you all were just kind of in the talking phase and you were taking things slow, okay? And they didn't want things to move that slow. They wanted things to start moving faster. You know, first couple of dates, we should be fucking. Then we should be making it official. Then after the first month, we should be moving in together. This is just an example. But you wasn't doing it like that. You're like, no, I'm going to take this slow. I'm really going to see where this is going. And it wasn't moving forward the way they wanted it to move. And they, well, fuck it. I'm backing away from you, and I'm going to go find somebody who will do it my way. And that's what this looks like to me. That's what this looks like to me. It kind of feels like, again, now I don't know if it's the only reason I say the rate at which things is moving is because of the Hangman. Like things were moving slower than they wanted. But maybe it wasn't necessarily slower. This is where I can't dig into this too deep. Unless you came to me for a personal reading. Then I could break down your specific situation. But that's all I can say about this. It wasn't going the way they wanted it to go. Take that how it resonates. Let's see what the advice is. Advices for Pisces. What is the advice? What's the advice? Woo, 2 of Wands. Fuck them. Oh, you know what? This doesn't normally come through. Okay, so let me preface this by saying, just to let you know ahead of time, I am not allowed to spy on the close personal details of somebody else's personal private life. Unless you need to hear that information. Which, to be honest with you, is not very often. Most of the time, if you're trying to pry in on the details of somebody else's life, Spirit will straight up come through and say, none your fucking business. But every now and then, you need to hear it. Sometimes. Now, I'm not saying that I'm getting a lot of details about this person's life or their situation. However, this person ain't going to be able to lay a solid foundation with anybody. Anybody. It ain't you. This person kind of lives in a fantasy fairy tale land. You know, they live in this little fantasy fairy tale land. And until they find somebody who matches their little fantasy fairy tale, they ain't going to be happy in their mind. Little do they know that fantasy fairy tale only exists in their mind. So the universe kind of did you a favor on this. Don't you be thinking that they're going to go find somebody better than you. And if you see them pretending to have found somebody better than you, don't buy into that. Don't buy into that. There's lots and lots and lots of people out there in toxic relationships who are really good at making it look like they're living their best life when they're not. So the universe kind of did you a favor on this. Kind of did you a favor. Because if the universe would have given you what you wanted, it wouldn't have taken very long before you probably would have ended up regretting it. Because you were this close to this person switching up on you in a totally different way than this. If you all would have taken it to the next level, they still would have switched up on you. But the difference is you would have seen who they really are. Luckily, they switched up on you by pulling away, not by pulling you down. See what I'm saying? So, is that it? I guess that's about it. And again, this comes with a very important lesson. A very important lesson, I think, with boundaries. When you set boundaries, if somebody doesn't respect those boundaries and they choose to back away, well, what you need to do is you need to thank the universe for taking the trash out for you. You don't have to set boundaries for somebody who respects you. If somebody doesn't like your boundaries, that's not somebody you need in your life. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my water sign family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you for the super chat. Power of the P. Appreciate you. Thank you. I hope that gave everybody all the clarity and the guidance that they needed. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.